The minority in Parliament has accused the government of turning the National Investment Bank, the NIB, into a hub for foot soldiers of the new patriotic party. This follows the appointment of the NPP's parliamentary candidate for Manson Kwanta, Chinebua Kodua-Foko, as the managing director of the bank. The caucus alleges that the situation is further compounded by the deputy managing director of the bank also being a politically exposed individual who contested the Fomena parliamentary seat in the 2020 polls. There's more on this report.
Chinebua Kodua-Foko's appointment as the managing director of the National Investment Bank, NIB, has sparked controversy and criticism, particularly from the opposition National Democratic Congress. Critics questioned the Bank of Ghana's decision to approve a parliamentary candidate as the chief executive of a struggling state bank during an election year. Kodua-Foko, who is the NPP's parliamentary candidate for the Manson Kwanta constituency in the Ashanti region, has, however, declared that his candidacy will not interfere with his duties as MD of the NIB. Addressing journalists, the minority leader, Dr. Casey Alatoforsen, accused the government of turning the bank into a hub of party foot soldiers in a bid to accrue funds for campaign activities.
President Akufo-Addo is destroying the governance of our country, in the sense that even banks, a typical example like the NIB, has been turned into a hub where they harbor foot soldiers of the party. You have a bank that is struggling, a bank that is almost collapsing, a bank that we know that the governance regime is extremely poor, but we all want to nurture the bank because obviously it's a state bank. This president, in spite of all the problems of the NIB, has decided to appoint a parliamentary candidate, someone who is going to contest the election in 6 months, as the MD of the state bank, the National Investment Bank. One, the NIB MD is a politically exposed person who's contested election in 6 months. Then the deputy MD is another politically exposed person who everyone knows is harboring parliamentary ambition and is a die-hard MPP member.
The caucus, among other reasons for the depreciation of the cedi against the dollar, alleged an increase in unbudgeted fiscal spending, which is fueling demand for foreign exchange.
There's an increase on budgeted fiscal spending, which is fueling demand for exchange rate, in fact, foreign exchange. And let me take this again. There's an increase on budgeted fiscal spending, which is fueling demand for exchange rate. Simple put, the government is spending off budget so much that those that they are paying are using the money to purchase US dollars, and that is why the dollar is depreciating. There's again lack of confidence in the banking sector, resulting in currency substitution. Moreover, we've seen a lower cocoa production, resulting in the lowest export in 2 decades due to the mismanagement of the cocoa sector. There's an uncontrolled corruption, obviously, in the President Akufo-Addo and Alhaji Bawumia's government. We call on President Akufo-Addo to, among others, to 1, order his appointees to release the FX that they have stashed in their homes to the public so that there will be enough forex in the market. We want to use this opportunity to urge the Vice President to quit his offbeat dancing on the campaign trail and focus on the dancing cedi.
For the minority, there seems to be no hope in sight, as managers of the economy have no clue on how to address the free fall of the cedi. Reporting from Parliament, my name is Ni Ayukwe Okain for Citi News.